Hello and welcome to Audiences That Add Context. My name is Carmen Adame, and I am going to be, managing and supporting this webinar today. If you have any questions, feel free to add them in the chat. And, I will be handing this off to Mark Bilecki. He is a senior account executive here at Precisely and also Precisely PlaceIQ. So now on to you, Mark.
Thanks for the introduction, Carmen, and thanks to all of you for joining us today. Excited to walk you through PlaceIQ's audience offering and to bring to life the real-world context that our audience solution provides to online marketers. I've been with the company about 5.5 years. I work primarily with our partners on both the demand and supply side to help educate and evangelize what we do here at PlaceIQ with location intelligence and how we bring that to life across our three main product areas: audiences, measurement, and data feeds. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about audiences and how we utilize those to target our digital media buys and what we do in order to bring to life some of those real world insights that we collect and we make available. But as we know, right, it's getting harder and harder to be an online marketer these days, constantly under pressure to do more with less, right? Oftentimes a campaign gets started with a question like, who should we reach or what audience segment should we activate? But really the audiences themselves do a lot more than support just the media plan itself. They can really help define the actual business challenge that's underpinning the campaign of choice. Are we trying to win competitors, visitors back to our locations? Are we trying to re-engage visitors that haven't visited us in a long time? Are we trying to understand demand by region or drive visitation to specific types of stores? Or are we trying to grow market share in certain areas? All questions and all opportunities for us to help better engage with the audience of choice and to do it intelligently with location-based data. The shift really matters because marketers are facing such a complex environment, right? Data is fragmented. There's constantly changing privacy regulation. There's inconsistent identifiers, and certainly the rising expectations for all of these outcomes to be measurable, right? Precisely is going to help marketers enrich their audience strategy with insights, both spatially, demographically, and behaviorally, to use those contextual items so that your teams can segment more effectively, can activate more strategically, and can connect campaigns to those real-world outcomes that we're all looking for. Strongest audience strategies often start with an objective, right? The opportunity for an automotive brand to not simply go after intenders, but better understand who's visiting their locations, what interesting vehicles they might be looking for, the specific brand or make or model, how often or how frequent they visited a dealership itself. Certainly a QSR brand may be looking to understand when people are visiting them and for what meal. Is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Is it dinner? And a retailer, they might be looking to distinguish their loyal shoppers from their lapsed visitors, or maybe visitors who are stopping by competitive locations. All different things that they need to understand and to be better aware of in order to speak to the right person at the right time. And this is where location intelligence can be so powerful. We always talk about an example. About a year ago, we worked with an auto manufacturer, and they were really looking to market to the type of vehicle in their line to the audience that fit that. So understanding in real world behaviors, whether I visited a pet store or a baby store, that might tell you something about the vehicle I'd be interested in. Well, what if I visited a ski resort or a national park? What if I was a frequent visitor to a professional sports stadium? All of these things are going to tell you contextual elements about who I am and what I might be interested in beyond just the fact that I visited those locations. It's going to give you, and it gave the auto manufacturer, an understanding of the type of vehicle that would best fit me based upon the contextualization of my real world visitation. Now, someone physically visiting a dealership or a grocery store, an airport, a restaurant, or even an entertainment venue, they're demonstrating behavior, and that's going to help clarify what it is they might be interested in and how a marketer should engage with that audience itself. This is where PlaceIQ comes in. Our audiences are built from a combination of signals that describe real world patterns. These can include observed visits to commercial locations. They can include purchase-based signals. They can include proximity context, even demographic attributes, and behavioral patterns such as recency, frequency, and day parting. Now, each quarter, we put together an audience handbook that includes a broad set of syndicated segments across major industry categories. And these could include automotive, dining, entertainment, finance, retail, and travel. But they're also going to include other opportunities to target based upon behaviors, personas, demographic data, carrier and device information, and where they might live, where they might work, and the types of locations that are around them and might be frequently visited by people in that area. The key point here is that these audiences are not just places or generic personas. They're really built to help marketers understand meaningful behavior patterns and really use that to your advantage by bringing those insights online. For example, people associated with dealership visitation or people with QSR dining behaviors. Maybe they stay at particular types of hotels or they shop at particular grocery stores. Maybe they visit the pharmacy frequently, or maybe they like to go out on nights and weekends to entertainment venues and they visit those a lot. All different things that will tell you elements about what a person's doing in the real world and at scale, how you talk to them and it fits into the campaign goals of your choice. PlaceIQ can assist from beginning to end, the entire marketing lifecycle, by helping you plan, activate, analyze, and measure. In the planning stage, we're going to help you understand the scale or scope of your audience, how it's put together, and what contextual elements belong to it, and how relevant it is to the campaign goals that you're looking to accomplish. We can help you easily activate against it. Our audience data is available through most major DMPs and DSPs. If it's not already there, it can be easily exported or made available through any number of means, whether that be cloud-based or direct delivery, and can allow you to programmatically activate against it at the location of your choice. So PlaceIQ will meet you where you want to work, and we'll do it in a way that will make it easy for you to use our targeting capabilities. Once you start to target, right, it's important that you analyze and understand how performance is going, how visitation takes place, and what other behaviors, whether it be cross-shopping or intermarket patterns, could also be included in that analysis. We'll help you understand insights that you can use to better inform your activations before the campaign started, that can help you understand how to optimize in flight, and certainly can help you understand performance after the fact. And in that would be really measurement. What is the ROI of that campaign? How effective was your message? And to the audience that you reached, what outcomes did it drive? We have the ability to connect media exposure to visitation, to understand real world outcomes and see performance from that campaign downstream. Incredibly important when speaking to marketers that they know that their working media dollars are seeing a return and the performance is meeting them each and every campaign that you run. Now, we have an audience discovery dashboard. This is a web-based tool, free to use, that allows you to understand some of those insights, to build custom audiences beyond those that are available across our syndicated taxonomy, and to help activate and deliver them to the endpoint of your choice. In a little bit, I'm going to demo this fully, and I'll get into some more of the specifics as we get through it. But this is a fantastic opportunity for multiple members of your team to engage with PlaceIQ data, and they can do it when and where they see fit. The opportunity to understand the audience size in real time, the opportunity to discover and explore what other identifiers and contextual elements would be relevant to the audience targeting mechanics of choice, and to easily make those available by pushing them to the endpoint of choice so that you can actually build, deliver, and activate without ever even talking to a PlaceIQ rep. Now, that being said, if you do need support, If you do need assistance, if you'd like to strategize, I'm always available to take that call. We have a wonderful client success team that's also available to work with you to make sure that whatever your campaign goals are, that we meet them with the targeting needs of visitation-based location intelligence. Um, I honestly, it's probably my favorite part of the job is working with marketers to better understand and bring those insights to life, and to watch them see the success downstream as they run the campaigns. So no question too big, too small, no opportunity too far out or too near. We're always here to support. And certainly, if you'd like to do it on your own, the audience discovery dashboard will allow you to do that as well. And we'll get into that demo here shortly. Okay, we've transitioned over to our audience discovery dashboard. As you can see, web-based portal, accessible to all, free to use. If you're interested in getting access, please reach out to myself or to your customer success manager, who can provide you login credentials. Today, we're going to walk you through a demo of what the Discovery Dashboard provides, the insights and enhancements that it allows, and the ability to activate directly. Now, again, as I mentioned while we were doing the presentation there, it's important to understand that the Discovery Dashboard can be used for multiple things. It can be used for campaign planning and support, and it can be used for activation, allowing you to push a custom segment of choice to the endpoint you activate on. Now, we at PlaceIQ and Precisely are always here to assist throughout the process. So if you need support using the dashboard, if you'd like to have a demo for the broader team at your organization, or if you'd like to make it available to more than just yourselves, we're always here to answer those questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out. And I would personally be happy to run a demo once again for any other interested parties that might not have attended the webinar today. So with that being said, the build section of the Discovery Dashboard allows you essentially a number of levers or targeting capabilities to be attached to the segment that you're building. As we go through each of them, you'll see up here in audience size, it will actually update in real time to give you a sense of what size that audience provides. There's no doubt that our 1,800 plus syndicated segments cover most major industry verticals, demographics, and insights alike. But often enough, they're not exactly what the marketer is looking for, and they need tweaks or specifics to be added to really fit the campaign goals. What this tool allows you to do is play with some of those levers or targeting capabilities that can be brought into how we build an audience segment. So to start, the look back window, right? We allow you to target 7, 14, 30, 60, and 90 days worth of visitation insights. Typically, we suggest 90 days because that allows for the broadest, highest scale of targeting and allows marketers the opportunity to speak to a wider audience than they would if they start dragging that down to a shorter look back window. Now, of course, within the targeting, we can pick any particular brand or industry vertical that we might like. So starting up here with airline terminals, auto parts stores, it runs the gamut. There are a ton of different brands in here that you can work with, or you can simply type and pull yourself. So let's go with visitors to McDonald's. And again, this is showing visitation to McDonald's nationally in the last 90 days. As you'll see here, it populates just over 215 million visitors to McDonald's across the United States in the last 90 days. We can break that down further by market. So if we want to go by DMA, and again, you can search in list form or type in what you'd like. Let's go for New Orleans. They just had Jazz Fest this past weekend, right? So let's see visitors to McDonald's in the last 90 days in the New Orleans DMA. That's a little over 1.7 million visitors to McDonald's in the last 90 days. Now, again, there are additional levers we can pull here, right? There's frequency that can be ranked by quartile, right? Highest, high, medium, 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 low, lowest. We can do exact number of visitors, at least number of visitors, or at most number of visitors. So all different ways to qualify the frequency of visitation. We can qualify it by day parting, so day of week, time of day, or even interval in which they visited. And of course, we can add demographic data like age range, income, gender, education, occupation, and dwelling that can help further qualify the type of segment that you're looking to target against. For purposes of this demo, let's leave it here at a look back window of 90 days, visitation to McDonald's in the New Orleans DMA. So if we wanted to activate that segment, we could activate it right here. It would open up a ticket on our system and would tell us that we need to build this segment and deliver it to the endpoint of your choice that you would designate down below. And we'll get to that in just a second. But moving from the build module to the enhance module, this is really where the insights and analytics are brought to life. Now, understanding that of that 1.7 million visitors to McDonald's, they all have different paths and different behaviors associated that are going beyond just visitation to that particular brand, in this case, McDonald's. And we can see what that looks like across other markets and DMAs, across demographics, which again would include age, education, gender, household size, occupation, and more, across day parting and across categories. So we can look at cross shopping behaviors, and we can see of the 1.7 million people that visited McDonald's in New Orleans in the last 7 days, what types of coffee shops did they go to? All right, and it'll show you the size of that audience, the overlap, so who's gone to both Scooter's Coffee and Yogurt shops as well as McDonald's in the last 90 days, what that overlap looks like, and how that indexes against the national average. So in this case, you can see based upon various visitation in coffee shops, what that would look like for the audience that was visiting McDonald's in the last 90 days. Now, what's interesting here, if we go away from category, let's look at demographic data. And if you're a marketer, you want to know what age should I reach out to and how relevant is my message based upon band of age, right? Well, this is showing me here of that 1.7 million that visited McDonald's in the last 90 days in New Orleans, they over-index in the age range of 45 to 54 at the highest level and 35 to 44. So what this might tell you is, hey, look, the younger demographic does not visit McDonald's in New Orleans in the last 90 days as much as middle age does. That could help you target or enhance how you're going to build that audience segment, and could help you better understand how to tailor that message or the content in that advertisement to the demographic at play here. Now, interestingly enough, that doesn't necessarily tell the full story. This could be different in a different DMA. This could be different in national average. Well, let's see what that looks like. So instead of New Orleans, Louisiana, what if we check out Omaha, Nebraska? Okay. So in the last 90 days, there were just under 1 million visitors in Omaha, Nebraska to McDonald's. And let's see how that demographic data compares. Interesting. So in New Orleans, it was very much a middle-aged demographic that was over-indexing on visitation to McDonald's. But in Omaha, Nebraska, in the same time frame, it's actually the younger demographic, 18 to 20, 21 to 24. Now, this is directional information that you can use in your targeting with PlaceIQ data, but it's also important context as you think about your overall marketing strategy for a brand like McDonald's. Maybe you need to think about being a little bit more specific by region or DMA in how you target. A message to an 18 to 24-year-old in Omaha might look very different than it does to a 44 to 54-year-old in New Orleans, Louisiana. You might have different content. You might want to highlight different products that you sell at your McDonald's. All very important and powerful information that can be gleaned by the insights here shown in the audience discovery dashboard. So again, if you think about this as a campaign planning tool, even before you ever get to activation, some very, very, very powerful insights that can be brought to light here that can be utilized as you start to build out the campaign strategy and start to activate against it. Finally, once you've determined exactly what type of audience you want to speak to and you're set to activate against it, you can actually come down here to the final module, which is the activation module, and you can have it delivered to the endpoint of your choice. You can name your audience. You can pick the destination or endpoint that you want to send it to, include your partner ID and the email of your account manager at Trade Desk, and then you can choose how to deliver it. Now, as a best practice, PlaceIQ suggests that you typically utilize the deliver until option, and you can select a date for the end date of the campaign. If it's an evergreen campaign, you can run it through the end of the year if you'd like, right? Go all the way to December 31st. But let's say it's just running through the summer and we want to go to August 31st. That's when we'll deliver the segment until, and we will update that segment weekly to provide enhanced and updated visitation data. As the time frame changes, we will continue to update that data so it always stays relevant and up to date with the visitation habits in the real world. Using the delivery once module would only send that data static as is now one time, and we would not update it. So there are use cases, certainly if it's a short run campaign, flight dates are limited, that it could work. But again, best practice, typically we suggest deliver until and use the date of choice. Again, as we all know, programmatic campaigns start and stop at a moment's notice. The campaign could be extended. The campaign could end early. If anything changes with one of these audience builds as you're going, please, please, please reach out to your account manager or client success manager at PlaceIQ, and we can always update the deliver until date or any of the specifics, the targeting parameters to continue to meet your needs, whether that's in-flight, pre-flight, or post-flight. It can all be done here, and we can all be there to assist you in the process as things go. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. I want to thank you for coming for a walkthrough of our audience discovery dashboard. I hope you see the power behind the insights that this provides in real time. And certainly as a singular example here today of McDonald's visitation, the type of information that can be gleaned from it. And as always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We are always an email or call away, and we look forward to working with you now and into the future for any of your campaign needs. As we close today, I think it's important that we consider PlaceIQ segments are not just about visitation to specific location. It's about context behind them, taking real world behaviors and those insights and bringing those insights online to better understand how people are moving about the real world, just the same way we do online, how we move from website to website, click to click, is a very powerful tool. We all go about our day to day and we move about the world from place to place. All of those signals provide context and information that's valuable. We can help you build smarter segments, reduce waste, improve the relevancy and the performance of your campaign, and we can help support faster activation at the endpoint of your choice. And of course, when it's all said and done, we can help you measure those real world outcomes so that we can ensure your campaign goals are met and exceeded. Thank you.